Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Thanks for joining us as we are continuing going through Genesis, and we're specifically in Genesis chapter 49 today, and it's entitled Jacob's Final Talk, number 2. Okay, and don't think that he had, a bunch of final talks. This is one talk he had, but we're breaking it up into sections so we can understand it better. The first one we talked about yesterday, and that was where he talked to Reuben, his oldest son. Okay. When he goes through the sons here, he goes somewhat in order, but he kind of breaks it up into the mothers. Okay, he doesn't go in the natural birth order, but he starts out that way. And today we're talking about Simeon and Levi. They were the next two sons, and they were both sons of Leah. Okay, and this is taken today from Genesis 49 verses 5 through 7. Okay, so. Let me read here. It says this. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. I'm reading, this is from the King James today. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly. Mine honor be not unto you united. For in your anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they digged down a wall. Okay? Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Okay, so this is not so good. You're like, what's he talking about here? Why is this so harsh? Well, this goes back all the way to, if you remember, this is like several episodes ago, quite a few episodes ago. We had talked about they had a sister named Dinah, okay? And they were in the country of Shechem, okay, near the city of Shechem. Shechem was the city and Shechem was the land, okay? And to make it even worse, the ruler of the town was named Shechem, okay? So, anyway, they are there, and this is when they first get back into the promised land, okay? They're there, and Dinah, their sister, goes, and she goes, hey, I'm going to go into the town and visit. While she's there, the prince, which is named Shechem, he says, oh, man, she looks great. What he does is he goes and rapes her, and then after he rapes her, he goes, oh, man, I really enjoyed being with her, and I want her to be my wife, okay? So what he does is he goes and tells his dad, and he's the ruler of the town, and he says, Dad, I really want, Dinah to be my wife. And so what happens is he goes then to Jacob and tells Jacob, hey, we'll do anything that you want us to. My son really wants to have Dinah as his wife. Well, Jacob's sons had not been there, and they come in from the field, but when they heard that Dinah, their sister, was raped, they were angry, okay? And I would be angry too, okay, in this case. But what happened is this. The brothers said, hey, you know what? And they were doing this with trickery, or they were being sly about this. They were like, hey, you know what? You need to be circumcised if you want us to intermarry with you. And so what happened is Shechem goes back to the town and he goes, hey, we just need to be circumcised. Then they can intermarry with us and all that stuff. And so he got the whole town to get circumcised, which is a surgical procedure. It's a procedure. And if you do it as an adult, most people get it done when they're like 7 days old, okay, or less. But you get it done then, and the baby, that pain is there for a little while and it goes away. But when you get it done as an adult, it's painful and kind of lays you up. You're not ready to go out and go into battle right away after that happens, okay? So what happens is this. These guys all get circumcised. The whole town gets circumcised. That's where Simeon and Levi come into play here. Simeon and Levi go in and they wipe out everybody in the town, okay? And it says their anger was so, they were so angry that they hamstrung the horses, okay? So they were making the horses absolutely useless, okay? Not taking them. And then the rest of the brothers came in later and looted everything, plundered everything. So the whole thing here is the punishment did not fit the crime. Okay, it was one guy that raped Dinah, and that one guy should have been dealt with. Okay, Jacob didn't do anything about that. But these guys were so mad they wiped out the whole town. Okay, and so that when this happened, after this happened, Jacob goes, "Oh, great! You made me a stink in the whole country here because we wiped out this whole town." But God still protected him. This is all. It seems like this is all forgotten about. This whole incident is forgotten about until we get to the deathbed. And when we get to the deathbed, Jacob goes, "I remember that. I remember it good and well. What you guys did, Simeon and Levi. Your anger controlled you, and because that your anger is controlling you, and you're not a good leader if you're controlled by anger." So that's what he's saying here. You're controlled by anger, and you're not going to amount to much. And so Simeon is a tribe that really kind of we don't hear a whole lot about Simeon. They kind of assimilated in, but Levi is a tribe that actually turned around. Okay, and Levi was a tribe. Simeon, didn't get a whole lot of land, and they kind of lost the land really soon after they were there. And Levi didn't get a piece of land. Because they were kind of God's tribe, and they were the priests, so they didn't need land, and they just were in the cities. Okay, so when you have the 13 tribes, you take it down to 12 because Levi didn't get land. They were only in the cities. But Levi, the people that came out of Levi is Moses and Aaron. Okay, and when there was a rebellion that happened, Moses said, "Hey, who's on my side and going to put an end to this?" The Levites stood up and said, "Oh, we are." Okay, and they stood up on God's side. Okay, and so this tribe was really always faithful to God. Levi was faithful to God. And so this is an example of Simeon kind of assimilated in and kept doing bad. And we talked about yesterday Reuben. He continued doing bad, and nothing ever happened with him. But the tribe of Levi changed. Okay, and so it was prophesied, nothing really great is going to happen for me because you were controlled by anger. But by the grace of God, they changed. Okay, and they actually had some, Moses and Aaron came out of that tribe, and the tribe was known for fighting and standing up for what was right. Okay, so you can choose today an application of this. You can choose to be like Reuben and just have nothing great come from you because you're not following God, you're not obeying God. Or you can be like Levi, we make mistakes, okay, and Levi made mistakes, and he was controlled by anger, but that tribe of Levi turned around and was a devout follower of God. Thanks for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.